Hello and welcome to my Diablo 4 guide. I am about to show you an easy leveling build that will take you to level 60 fast. It almost works from the get-go. Infinite mana and decent survivability makes it a good choice to begin your journey in Season 7. Sorcerer is in a bad starting situation this season, with Devouring Blaze and Firebolt only being viable for fire builds. I will try in my videos to show you easy ways to make Sorcerer as powerful as possible. I use Incinerate as my leveling build. It is fun, strong and easy to get going, and there is nothing special about my build when it comes to gear at this point, but still very fast to level with. I will show you the current build in the end of the video. To gain as much XP and as fast as possible, Witchtide and Helltide are good choices. I go for Witchtide because you need Restless Rot to level and gain witch powers. They are very powerful at this time and is very useful. Doing Nightmare Dungeons is also a good way, and in the new ones you get Restless Rot as well. Witchtide drops a lot more gear and is in my opinion, the faster way to get stronger gear and in that way level up faster. I started off by using a wand with the flamethrower aspect and a focus. I did notice that my damage output was very low, so I decided to switch to a two-handed staff, and the flamethrower aspect gives me 168% more damage compared to the one-handed 68%. The difference was noticeable. The single target damage is still very bad for Sorcerer, but better than expected. As you can see here, I do a decent amount of damage and drops the shield fairly fast. So all in all, the Sorcerer could be much worse off than it actually is, and we will surely be able to bring out a few fantastic builds that can do high-level endgame activities. You can also notice that the infinite mana does not apply on single target. Now let's move over to the gear. On my helmet I use the ever-living aspect to take less damage from CC or Vol. The tempering is barrier generation and 1 point to the passive, warmth. Intel and max life is needed, but the familiar can be of your choosing. My armor is deflecting barrier to have a chance at gaining a berries equal to 20% of max life for 10 seconds. Intel and max life here are needed and 1 point to defensive is not needed. Try to get armor if possible. For gloves I use Frostburn and they work incredibly well. If you don't have them, use gloves with damage, ranks to incinerate and attack speed. Legs have the disobedience aspect, intel, max life and armor. Boots have intel, max life and movement speed. The aspect of audacity is only used because I ran out of money at the time. Two-handed staff have the flamethrower aspect as mentioned before. Intel, max life and damage over time. Amulet has intel, max life and inner flames. Aspect can be chosen freely here. Tau Rasha as always with Sorcerer. You haven't found it yet, use a ring similar to the next one I have. Second ring, conflagration aspect. Intel, crit chance and damage over time. If you are like me and have Sorcerer as your main class, you know the struggle. I will try to help to make your life a little bit easier. Start off by putting 2 points into any basic skill. I chose Firebolt since we are using fire as our main damage source. Continue with putting 5 points into Incinerate, Enhanced Incinerate and Destructive Incinerate. I did go for Greater Incinerate but got too squishy, so I switched it after I made the video. Max points into Devastation as we need to increase our mana. 3 points into Elemental Dominance followed by 3 points to Potent Warding. Flame Shield, Teleport, Enchant Teleport and Shimmering Teleport. 1 point to Elemental Attunement, Ice Blades, Enchanced Ice Blades and Roaring Ice Blades. 1 point to Familiar and Enchanced Familiar, 1 point to Lightning Spear and Enchanced Lightning Spear. 1 point to Align the Elements, 3 to Mana Shield and 3 to Primordial Binding. 3 points each to Inner Flames, Devouring Blaze, Crippling Flames. 3 points to Fiery Surge, Endless Pyre, Soulfire and Warmth. Followed by 3 points to Evocation and Elemental Synergies. The final point we choose Combustion for the damage boost. I don't know much about the witch powers yet, but will show you what I use. I do apologize for the messy ending and will make a better video next time. Thanks for watching. And I hope to see you in the next video.